The world's best women's Valorant team is actually insane.
Oh my God! It feels fated! Oh!
Welcome to the grand finals of VCT Game Changers Champions Berlin. This match will determine the best Game Changers team in the world, and we have a matchup that no one will forget. On one side of the ring are the reigning world champions, the legends of North America GC, Shopify Rebellion. If they win this match, they will be the first team to win 2 consecutive world titles, and they will solidify themselves as the undisputed greatest Game Changers team in the world. But their challengers are none other than the rising stars of Brazil, MIBR. On their way here, they toppled the top team of the region and crushed Europe's finest. And now, they aim to dethrone Shopify Rebellion to bring Brazil its first Game Changers trophy. Are we about to witness the first step of a revolution or the birth of a dynasty? The RGB on this gaming setup is reacting to the Valorant spike timer. You can do this with Signal RGB, which is an RGB app that supports hundreds of brands and thousands of devices. You get easy control over every device in one clean interface instead of multiple RGB applications. Download Signal RGB using my link in the video description. They say momentum is everything in Valorant, and it all starts with this pistol round. What happens next will set the tone for the entire half. So, what do both teams have prepared? MIBR opened with 3 long and 2 shop. They want to kick off this grand finals with a B split. To help with the B split, Melissa deploys this Viper wall. This wall blocks out the deep streets defender's line of sight, giving cover for attackers to safely scale up streets. Not only that, this wall also covers the hall's angles on site. This will help MIBR push up B long and onto site this round, or allow a lurker to sneak up in a later round. And MIBR's call to split B might just be perfect because B is Shopify's weak side. Shopify only have Fluorescent as Jet holding streets and Noya on Killjoy with a stall setup to slow a push and delay the plant B, while the rest of Shopify are stacked towards A. So MIBR have the right call, but little do they know, this is exactly what Shopify were expecting. The barriers drop, Alexis kill knives deep A main, the knife scans nothing, so Alexis doubles up with Sarah and they both immediately begin walking up Art. At the same time, towards B, MIBR smoke the crosshair ramp and storm down B long, and hidden behind all this noise are SRN and Sayuri, waiting in shop. MIBR have their B-long players stomping up to draw attention while their shop players hold back for the right moment to strike and catch a Shopify player off guard in streets. So MIBR strat this round is actually a staggered B split. But have Shopify read this? Sarah and Alexis are making their way mid, and Fluorescent is hard posted on shop.
Like we're gonna get exactly what we want, SRN versus Fluorescent for this first contact.
Floor draws first blood. She peeks back with dash popped.
Isn't it?
But Sayuri doesn't challenge. At this time, the main pack of MIBR scale up B with their Skydog. Noya's turret detects them. MIBR breaks it. Shopify, Molly, and smoke the choke in response. Floor swiftly rotates B, but Sayuri hears this. She walks out shop, knowing she has a timing. But the pack of Shopify are grouped Art, and they're calling to fully clear mid.
And it wasn't a solo endeavor, but the timing for Sayuri could be good.
1-for-1 trade, but now mid is cleared, and the rest of MIBR are stuck B long behind a smoke.
Do lose down 1 for Shopify. Alexis goes down, but the number's very favorable, and it feels very red at this point.
Yeah, at this point, MIBR, they've just got to pause.
And pause they do. MIBR inserts Jubes long, while Jelly and Melissa quietly work back mid. As for Shopify, they settle into a wide spread. 2B, 1 streets, and 1 holding spawn for a late A lurk. So Shopify are calling to retake A and stack towards B. As for MIBR, they call to re-hit B through streets. To disguise their intent, Jubes recalls her Killjoy turret that's on B, making it seem like MIBR are rotating A, but Shopify aren't budging. They already have their game plan set, so they stay committed to their B stack. This means MIBR are about to re-hit right back into Shopify's stacked site.
The gap you can see on the minimap, all of A site is open.
I like what Sarah's doing. kind of keeping this one together. That contact should be enough. Sit back a little deeper, play a little safe on this.
Juicy.
Should be a good bit of chip damage on there, yeah. I think it was Melissa who got most of it. And now you can feel that split now finding its new momentum. And again, Fluorescent with a second, maybe even a third here. Once more, sitting in the right position.
And Shopify shut down MIBR's hit. Shopify Rebellion take the pistol round. But next round, a play is about to happen that would set this match ablaze. Fluorescent buys herself an outlaw and tosses her sheriff to Noya. This way, Noya can save credits to buy a rifle next round, making Shopify's bonus even stronger. Well, that's assuming they can first secure this anti-eco round. Shopify opened with a pretty standard wide spread, but towards A, Sarah wants to help Floor get inserted deep A main. As for MIBR, they open with a 1-1-3 default. They want to slowly work A main control and grab the orb while holding their flanks. So both teams want A main control, but only one can claim this territory. The barriers drop, Sarah recons deep A main.
Love that, right? When you were talking about this head-to-head,
Jelly gets scanned, but Sayuri and SRN successfully hid from the recon. But because the recon got a scan off, Shopify know that MIBR can't be pushed up yet. And since Floor thinks that there's only one A main, she takes this timing to scale up.
It's Floor. This is going to be that constant battle of dominance. Who gets to walk away? Who gets that confidence? Proves
2 shots, 3 kills. In the blink of an eye, Floor wipes out the pack of MIBR. Alexis and Sarah are doubled up, ready to receive an art push. But MIBR aren't splitting A. Instead, Melissa grabs the constellation orb B long, and Jubes quietly begins working back A main to retrieve the spike. But Floor isn't about to let that happen.
farming it up. They want the ace. So does Floor at this point. 6-0. Not even out of round 2. Knives on the horizon.
Yes, her team is definitely going to allow her to farm this kill for sure. And not to mention Fluorescent, it's doubtful that MIBR are going to be able to plant the spike here and get any sort of money either. They didn't plant the spike on the first round either on the pistol. That's going to hurt.
And Mel, from an off angle, finishes off Melissa. Shopify flawlessly win their anti-eco. But next round, MIBR will be dangerously armed with a full buy. Floor has jet knives up, so she gives her outlaw to Noya. Noya gives her sheriff back to Floor so she has a gun if she runs out of knives. This is Shopify's bonus round against MIBR's full buy, so Shopify decide to go with a 2-1-2 spread. They want to play on sites with their weaker weapons, but each site has a very different approach. Towards B, Floor is hiding screens with her knives with Alexis baiting for her. If MIBR go B, Shopify want to commit murder with knives and flashes. But towards A, Shopify just want to poke A main a bit, capitalizing off the PTSD Floor created last round before playing back to stall MIBR's execute with Killjoy mollies. But that means mid is open, so Noya has her turret holding art in an alarm bot plus sub combo in streets. This is Shopify's game plan. But MIBR are saying, hey, if Shopify are hard contesting A main, then maybe their art is weak. So MIBR called to open with a 1-2-2 default. They want to put pressure on the extremities to create an opening for SRN to lurk into art to break Shopify's Killjoy util, and then make the best call from there. The round begins. Jubes turns out top mid. SRN quietly walks out with it. Towards A, Sarah recons deep A main. MIBR instantly break it. SRN slowly creeps up mid. Towards B long, Melissa throws her Viper Orb, threatening the cross to ramp. But Alexis's KO Knife lands club at this exact moment. It scans Melissa. Back towards A, Jelly sends her dog A main.
Historically, but already we're going to start seeing that build towards that A site.
Early dog here from Jelly.
A main is cleared. That's a good doggo. So Jelly and Sayuri start walking up. Back B, Alexis jump peeks, spots nothing. Melissa jump peeks, spots nothing. Back A, Sayuri recalls her Asher Star for her and Jelly to cross. Mel sees the smoke. She knows this could be dangerous, so she retreats to double up backside with Sarah. Contact taken B long. Pressure A main and B long established. So at this moment, Jelly peeks into art.
Side being very patient, just tucked in. Expect Alexis.
Art and A main are uncontested. Shopify must be stacking B, MIBR concludes. So they call to spring into an A split.
She's got to show up quick. She's got to come with those flashes.
Yeah, heading on over here. Already space being taken away. Art's now controlled by SRN has been noted, but they also know there's a player over towards that kind of cubby, towards site. Good information here. They've got pretty much everything you need. Shopify Rebellion sitting a little deep on the site, but here comes the cavalry, here comes the flashes, here comes the nades, here comes Fluorescent right above the top, but dealt with initially, doesn't get that springboard forward, finds another potential victim, doesn't land. Sarah now swarms, Floor gets one, Sarah with a follow-up, and Floor now just starting to farm them out.
Shopify bulldozed onto the site and ran over MIBR. Shopify win their bonus round, meaning their economy is about to snowball out of control. Losing their full buy round against Shopify's bonus, this could be the beginning of the end for MIBR. MIBR are forced to save. Shopify now have a full buy. Floor has an outlaw, but it's basically an off this round since no one on MIBR can afford full armor. Oh boy. Shopify opened with a 1-1-2-1 spread. They have an alarm bot and star combo in streets. Off the alarm bot's contact, this star will turn into a suck for Shopify to peek off of. But Shopify's main focus this round is actually art. They want to get Floor and her mini-op set up mid, but Shopify down MIBR's hit. Their goal? To take fast control of mid-link, a high-value space that completely severs the defender's rotates. So both teams are focused on mid. This could be a slaughter. The barriers drop, Floor swings out mid, spots a turret, ducks back and holds shop. Alexis peeks out and breaks the turret. But MIBR are already double doors. They dog into streets. SRN follows. Alarm bot triggers. Suck activated. But SRN and Melissa are past the suck. They're sprinting mid-connector. They're flanking Art. Shopify are about to get pinched. So Fluorescent pushes up mid, looking to fight her way out of the pinch. Wait, now Jelly's the one getting pinched. Sayuri peeks to help, misses her shot. Floor still watching doors, so Jelly swings streets, one taps Noya. Floor wants a trade, so she smoke dashes forward. Sayuri cannot find the kill. SRN's flank comes, takes down Alexis, but Sarah is on her way. Floor peeks double doors, takes down Jelly. Sarah flanks, takes down Melissa, then SRN. The dust settles. It's a 2v2. Whew. That was freaking insane. But now, MIBR are double walking A. Shopify have no idea where these last two players are. MIBR know this, so they call to contact onto A. They don't want to reveal where they are until they have to.
This is a very tough round for MIBR.
But MIBR, they're going to want to get a little bit more space, send Jubes to go sniffing a little bit deeper before they give away that sound cue. They've got to try to get some sort of advantage, but they decide Jubes has enough information here, and
Spike planted.
Sayuri's gotta regroup. How far
Take flight.
Does she go?
That's Jubes heard the sound
Temptation.
timing.
This could be worth it. High risk, high reward, and Sarah, not too subtle on the steps. Floor already towards site here. Deeper positioning from Sayuri.
Though.
I love this so far. That plant is still not obviously for her, but that's fine. Gonna spot Floor, maybe make the assumption. Yes, that's both. Oh, okay. Controls the nerves now. Fluorescent in the 1v1. Time is against her. Floor just does the dance, but already takes the vulnerability. This is gonna make it far more doable, and time is beginning to tick, and Floor knows it. A shot works, but the round won.
And MIBR win their save round. They had worse guns, but they made it chaotic, made it scrappy, and came out on top. MIBR are on the board, but Shopify are still up 3-1. Both teams finally have full buys, the playing field is leveled. So, how will both teams play this? MIBR is one off Sky and Astra ult. They want the all orb A main. So MIBR open with a 1-1-3 A main default. But have Shopify read this? They open with a 1-1-1-2 spread. Floor has an actual up this round, and Shopify want to get her set up A main. They put a deep star A main to help with this aggression. So both teams want A main control. This could get explosive.
From Sarah getting hers, a couple on the horizon for MIBR, and it looks like a very direct approach of Fluorescent. Still prowling, pounces, and again, the deadly duo of Sarah and Floor just laying down the pain on MIBR.
And in an instant, half of MIBR got deleted from the server. But at least Sayuri gets an ult orb. But will an Astra ult be enough for MIBR to come back this round? Melissa knows her team's down numbers, so she starts walking down B long, looking for an equalizing pick.
Sayuri is able to collect that orb. Astra ult on the board now.
Well, damn, I guess Melissa's not getting on to B anytime soon. But MIBR are saying, hey, Melissa just broke Killjoy turret B and baited out a Molly. Killjoy is basically out of util. Let's end B. So the rest of MIBR start rotating over to regroup with Melissa. Meanwhile, Shopify settle into a 1-3-1 spread, passively holding sights, heavy mid.
And Noya is on the weak side all alone here, so Melissa's got a lot of work to do ahead of her.
Does Noya's just gotta play patient, play calm, keep this area under control. Now should be on red alert. You can already see Shopify leaning over, all going up, and they are creeping much closer. Noya here.
The spacing here has got to be so good for MIBR.
Does Noya, tucks in the corner.
And Melissa picks off Noya. B site is MIBR's.
Site now should be secure, at least for a plant here. The other two players deep towards CT.
A lot of utility for both sides here. This pose,
That's
oh,
huge.
it lands both.
That's
players.
massive, and even gets Melissa. Now they know that one's still tucked towards backside. The probability of one on site and or long is high. Alexis trying to isolate the player towards the back of site itself, forcing them away. Quick clear from floor, and Sayuri.
And Shopify swarmed in and seized back the site. Shopify up 4-1. MIBR call a timeout. SRN is one off her jet knives, an ult that can single-handedly win a round. So MIBR open with a 1-1-3 A main default. They want to secure that ult orb for SRN, but Shopify is one step ahead. They counter with a 2-0-3 spread. They have 3 players contesting A main, and they're investing 2 Astra stars for this fight. They know that MIBR want the orb A main, and they're ready to make them pay for it. But notice that Floor isn't part of this fight. This is because Shopify just showed Floor as part of their A main aggression last round. So this round, they want to fight A main and make MIBR think that Floor and her op is also A main. This will bait MIBR to go B, which is where Floor and her op actually are. But first, everything depends on how this A main clash unfolds. The barriers drop, Shopify KO knife and recon deep A main. The knife cancels Jelly Skydog and scans all 3 MIBR players. Shopify pop their smoke and suck, and A main is theirs. A lot of noise, but no deaths yet. How will MIBR respond to this? Jubes leaves top mid to regroup with the team. MIBR are calling to cut noise and re-hit A main, but Shopify didn't leave. Instead, they're actually still all bunkered up A main. This clash is gonna be dangerous.
Sheriff's couple of ults here, but you'd need a lot to go right to be able to utilize them. Just like a little pop flash and a clear. That will catch, but Sarah was perfectly sat there. Beautiful, beautiful little trap play.
And Shopify annihilate MIBR. Melissa, who was defaulting B long and holding for a push there, starts making her way back A to retrieve the drop spike.
Birds, it's not, you can anticipate, you can set up, and you saw Sarah anti-flashed behind that wall the whole time. One step ahead is Shopify here, and Melissa has so much work ahead of her. Good double swing from Shopify as well.
They're so drilled. They're so drilled.
And Shopify cleanly take down Melissa to close out the round. Shopify up 5-1. But next round, MIBR will not only be back on a full buy, but they will also have almost every ult under the sun at their disposal. MIBR have 4 ult and their 1-off Killjoy ult. They desperately need a round win. How will MIBR use these nukes to create a win? And will Shopify be able to handle it? Shopify open with a 1-3-1 spread. They want to try to find a pick mid, hit MIBR before they get a chance to bombard the site with their ults. But MIBR know this. They know that Shopify might be planning an aggressive play, so they open with a wide default. But unlike their usual default, SRN is starting B long this time. What do MIBR have planned? The barriers drop, Jubes turrets out top mid. Sarah recon shot from Mart as 4 peeks top mid from double doors.
An orb away from her KJ ult as well.
But look at the aggression.
Turret broken, op revealed. So Floor instantly repositions and runs B. Meanwhile, at B long, Melissa Viper orbs across and SRN crosses to ramp with it. The B long line is SRN's. At this exact time, towards A, Jelly sky flashes A main. It doesn't flash anyone, but it does show MIBR presence. Jelly then immediately sprints away. She trades spots with Melissa, while SRN slowly begins walking down B long. But at this moment, Floor has arrived B with the ROP.
It's huge for MIBR. They heard the sound cue from the op. Now they know They didn't give away that opening pick, but oh, this is so tense.
It's been quiet for too long. Shopify want info. They throw a kill knife lineup A main. It scans nothing. Sarah drones out mid. Spots nothing. And at this exact moment, Jelly pops her sky ult belong. MIBR stomp forward. Jelly skydogs up. A ton of noises being made. But the rest of MIBR are actually A main. MIBR are faking B. And it's working! Shopify are rotating B as the rest of MIBR begin walking up A main.
Here as well. Did take a little bit of damage too. SRN trying to play with the audio cues, bait a little bit, show that presence, and exactly that. Look over towards the A side. Look at these three players cautiously and carefully working forward. It's Mel on the other side. Now, at this point, you've already seen that just then, I think...
Contact taken. Mel knows the B hit was just a fake. She drops a smoke to stall. MIBR scale onto sight. But wait, they don't have the spike. Jelly has a spike and she's late to the party.
You can see rotate button, get over towards sight because there's three coming through here. Spike is on the way, but it's got a second before it makes it in.
Yeah, it's so far behind. It's so late. This Viper's Pit should buy the time that MIBR are looking for, but we've seen these floods coming through for Fluorescent
What?
before.
Oh my God, Mel! How did you just do that? It feels fated!
And Shopify win this unlikely round off a god spam from Mel. And with that, the rest of Shopify swooped in to clean up the rest. The fake was a good strat from MIBR, but just that one mistake of giving Jelly the spike resulted in MIBR planting late, making way for the stars to align for Mel to win Shopify the round. MIBR used 3 ults and still lost the round. A devastating loss for MIBR and a huge win for Shopify. But can Shopify keep this up? Wait, Floor is 15-0 right now. A flawless game from her so far. That's actually crazy. What can MIBR do to take down this beast? MIBR open with 4 players mid. They want to take mid control this round. But Shopify open with a 1-3-1 spread. They also want mid control. But unlike last round where Floor peeked out from double doors, she's going to change it up and peek mid from Art this time. How will this fight go? The round begins. Sarah, recon shop. This looks just like their play last round, but this time the op is Art.
Get ready. Let's lock in. Maybe this is where it finally ends. Surely, with that pressure through middle, Floor can no longer shine. I mean, maybe I'm down too early. Gets out of danger.
MIBR pushed back Shopify's Art players. Hey, Shopify are stacked Art. Streets might be weak. Let's take Streets. MIBR are calling, but little do they know, Shopify are also stacked Streets.
Rightly so, because SRN was chomping at that bit, waiting to pounce. And actually, SRN gets isolated.
And Alexis draws first blood. Shopify then transition into a contact flash setup. Noya taking contact, Alexis pop flashing off it. But off this noise, Melissa walks a B-long. She gets detected and breaks Shopify's alarm bot. Shopify responds by popping their B-long molly and smoking the choke, pushing Melissa back. Shopify know they could be getting pinched. So Sarah groups with Alexis to pop flash Streets.
This time, so much utility, so much responses from Shopify, and Alexis wants more.
Again, they are up against Sheriffs. They don't need to overfeed the beast.
A genius play from Shopify. After pop flashing and spotting nothing, Sarah made running noises towards B while Alexis posted up from an off angle. The bait worked perfectly and MIBR ran right into Alexis's crosshair. 5v2 now in favor of Shopify.
Composed. Everyone wants their time in the sun. Floor waiting patiently. The next one. Ooh, Floor ain't wanting to give this up. Yeah, Alexis. Okay, now the crowd's getting a little louder. Get in there, Alexis. Oh.
And Shopify win yet another round. Shopify up 7-1. They cannot be stopped. MIBR opened with a 1-3-1 mid default. Sure, it didn't work last round, but this round they have rifles. So they call to contest mid again. And their call is right, because Shopify are opening with a 2-1-2 spread. Shopify just beat MIBR mid, so now they think MIBR will hit the sites from the extremities. So this round, Shopify are stacked towards the sites and weaker mid. Exactly what MIBR wants. The barriers drop, Jubes turrets out mid. It doesn't spot anyone, so MIBR begin walking down mid. At the same time, Melissa Viper orbs a B-long cross, but Alexis throws a cross-map KO knife from mid connector to club. It scans Melissa, but she manages to cross the ramp right before her smoke goes down. But waiting for Melissa on B is Floor with an up, posted from a crazy off angle. Back mid, MIBR skydog into Art.
From SRN and Jelly, these two comboed together are trying to
It doesn't spot anyone, but sniffs out some Killjoy util.
breaking this alarm bot.
Util broken, Shopify respond by smoking off Art. And off this noise, Melissa begins walking down B long.
They're either going to want to regroup towards A main or go poking towards this street, but Melissa is just... The wall should help.
Melissa takes down Floor. B side is completely open, but MIBR stay calm. They know Shopify will have to shift towards B after that pick, so they call to wait for the smoke Art to drop and then contact onto A. But wait, instead of rotating, Shopify actually called to re-clear Art.
Big opportunities, but they're still going forward. Oh my god, it is going to be a massacre. And so far, it's Mel to succeed, Neuer to trade in effectively, and SRN.
A flurry of bullets. It's a 3-for-1 trade in favor of Shopify. 3v2 now. Shopify up. What will MIBR do? Jubes walks up mid as Melissa walks through streets. Shopify just want to make sure they have all their angles covered because they know that MIBR is running out of time.
Macro game of this first map so far, and Juice feels like she's just got to use the ult to even grab the spike.
You can see the desperation, right? This is, I mean, we need to invest the ults just for this. And look at the timing as well. You're down to what, 17 seconds. They have to keep coming towards this site. There's 3 players on it. Sarah tucked in the corner. They cleared towards pit with a little bit of the Viper util. But you got 10 seconds. Time's running out. And so are your chances. Shopify!
Shopify shut down MIBR once again. MIBR called their second and final timeout. MIBR realized that mid isn't really working out for them. Either they lose when Shopify decides to fight them, or if mid is cleared and they decide to hit A through Art like last round, it's so difficult to deal with the crossfire on site if Shopify have a player A main. So MIBR conclude that they need A main control. MIBR opened with 4 A main. In desperation, Melissa bought a hero rifle. But will that be enough to turn the tides of this round? Especially since Shopify are also fighting A main this round. They want to get Floor set up A main with a ROP. With both teams eyeing A main, this clash is going to be explosive.
She's going to group with her squad here.
Oh, and look who's coming.
Oh, that's huge.
That's massive. SRN succeeds. Now, Sarah actually could be overwhelmed. Apparently not. Sarah's so cool, so calm, but gets traded into. Melissa brawling out. Perfect. MIBR gets some weapons, and they get a step towards the site.
With the crucial fight won, MIBR scale onto the open A site. Shopify respond by immediately taking space mid, looking for an equalizing pick. MIBR plants a spike. 4v2 post plan in favor of MIBR begins.
In the site, and
Spike planted.
Jubes doing her job, holding the perimeter.
Oh, the angle. A gifted cross there. Surprised they didn't get punished, but Neuer gets to take a step closer. Next challenger, though, SRN gets beheaded. Neuer now looking to follow up.
And look at the late flank coming from Mel as well. Just biding her time, allowing Neuer to cook.
Yep. Still got the old smell. So sharp with it, too. It's just back and forth. Dismantling categorically everything MIBR want to do. And now just Melissa, even the divide on top. Just to add insult to injury, so unnecessary because the diffuser is starting. Melissa trying to make a mad dash for it, trying to do what she can, trying to say on this one, has she bought enough time? I think she has!
Shopify was mad cooking and almost won that 2v4, but Melissa played the 1v2 clutch perfectly and secures a much needed round for her team. MIBR win their save round and double their score, but Shopify are still up 8-2. A main control worked last round, now it's time to do the same B. MIBR opened with a 3-1-1 B long default. SRN bought an up on attack just for this default, but Shopify aren't B. There's no one home. Shopify opened with 3 streets and 2 A main. This is a bit different. Shopify want to get Floor set up passive A main with a ROP, with Killjoy util as a second layer of stall, and they call to play retake B with all their ults. How will this round go? The barriers drop, Alexis throws a cross-map KO knife deep A main. It doesn't scan anyone, but this is perfect for MIBR. Now their club players can scale up B long unnoticed.
We'll see. Have the purchase.
SRN crosses to ramp, but Mel jump peeks long and spots the orb, so she preemptively smokes off the choke, then repositions Halls.
Very much on the horizon for MIBR. Of course, on the other side, you still have 3 ults ready to go. So, now SRN looking for those opening opportunities towards B.
Here. It's looking very similar to what MIBR ran on the pistol. On pistol though, both.
SRN with the perfect pre-aim snipes Mel out of the air. Sarah and Alexis immediately start shifting B, and Jubes quietly begins walking into Art. Sarah recons B long. MIBR dodges it. It only scans Melissa.
Lovely.
Jubes is so ready to punish this resniff.
Jubes is settled into Art. Sayuri starts rotating to group up with her team long, so MIBR are calling to cut noise and re-hit B. And this call might just work out perfectly for them, because Shopify called to leave B open. Shopify know they have 2 ults to retake with, so they just want to make sure that the rest of the map has no gaps. Sayuri regroups with her team B long, so now Jubes activates Art.
Protect her back as well.
Alarm bot triggered, contact taken. Shopify tries to punish, but Jubes is already gone. With this opening, MIBR kick off their B execute.
Time for the spike to slip in.
Okay, Divide's gonna go through.
B site is MIBR's, but back mid, Shopify are calling, hey, let's hunt down this lurker. Jubes is like, I need help. So SRN pushes through B and into streets.
Big plant here. Looking at the retake though. Wait, SRN takes a glance back around and claims 2 in just that quick moment. Catching all of this. It's all on floor.
Just 4 in a 1v4. What will she do?
Plan against her. I think this one's going to be working out, but it is Fluorescent. I think that operator looking...
Fluorescent decides to save the op. MIBR take yet another round. Do they have Shopify figured out? Shopify opened with a 1-0-2-2 spread. They have Floor opping Art. To bait MIBR into the op Art, Shopify called to fake aggression in A main. But MIBR are not splitting A. Instead, they opt to keep doing what's worked best for them, their 3-1-1 B long default. So both teams are focused on the opposite sides of the map. This is the final round of the half. It's all or nothing now. The barriers drop, Shopify, KO Flash, Recon, Smoke, and suck deep A main. Sayuri, who's holding A main, sees all this util, so MIBR quietly progress B long in response.
But again, eyes towards B, it's been far more successful than most.
MIBR sees nothing peeking them B long. It's quiet so far. Almost too quiet. Shopify want more info. So while Mel holds A main control, Shopify KO knife mid doors and Silva drones out Art. The knife scans nothing close. How about the drone?
Orb is up for us.
Drone spots nothing mid except for Jube's Killjoy turret top mid. So Floor posts up on shop side while Sarah gets ready to break the turret.
It can be a lot more free once she gets close up to Melissa's wall. She decides to just...
And Jubes punishes Sarah for that peek and draws first blood. Floor couldn't trade the kill. Numbers advantage goes to MIBR. Back B long. MIBR still don't see anyone peeking them. They remember that Shopify threw a ton of util A main at the start. This means B is probably Shopify's weak site. So MIBR call to all regroup and end B.
And that's what she was waiting on. Patience pays. Now the question.
Ooh, SRN swapped weapons with Sayuri so that SRN can entry with a rifle instead of an op. MIBR start creeping up B long. But at this moment, as Jubes is regrouping with her team, she exits her alarm bot radius. Hey, alarm bot just turned off A. I think they're hitting B. I'll rotate over.
What do they want to do with this now? They've lost that mid pressure. Do they try and cheat a rotation over, hope for the best? I feel like you are going to do that. Alexis, investing the ult. Noya hoping to try
and Noya picks off SRN. A clinical response from Shopify. The moment MIBR put up their Viper Wall and began placing Astra Stars, Alexis immediately recognizes an execute and popped her KO ult in response. So MIBR suddenly have no smokes and their Viper Wall drops, and SRN can't pop her dash. So SRN had to bunny hop through a molly. Then she realized she's stuck out in the open with 0 smokes, so she opts for the unexpected high-risk, high-reward play of going through Shopify's Halls molly to find a shorty kill. But Noya was ready for it and punishes the play. MIBR stun screens, but Noya sees this and inserts herself screens, knowing that MIBR may not expect her there.
Look at this, and now they regain full control of B.
Yeah, SRN had that dash proc, but Alexis's timing with the KO ult just completely ruined everything. And Noya, the reposition is beautiful.
Oh, it's stunning.
And Shopify mow down MIBR. The first half of Map 1 ends 9-3 for Shopify Rebellion.